Hi, this is Jonathan. In this video, I'm going to feature this unit from Zoom. This is the Acoustic Creator AC3. So this is the front panel of the Zoom AC3. On the left-hand side, you have, on the top left-hand side, you have the source guitar, meaning you can select which guitar you are plugging into the unit. You could be using a dreadnought or a jumbo or a nylon string or a 12 string. You can actually select it from the selector. And then on the left-hand side, you have the target guitar, meaning which guitar do you want to emulate, right? You can have a choice of the D28s, the D18s, all the way to the Gibson Hummingbird, Super Jumbo, the Dove, and you can actually choose which guitar you want, which type of guitar sound you want to go after, and that's where you make your selection. And right smack in the middle, you have the EQ section, basically just a 3-band bass, middle, and treble. And then down below, you have a output volume, meaning how loud you want your overall sound to be coming out of the output of this unit. And then you have the reverb, and you have the mix and the tone, right? I think it's quite easy how much reverb you want and how bright you want the reverb to be. In the middle, you have this effect switch where you can select what sort of effects you want, ranging from analog delay to chorus to a pad, or like a pad kind of sound, which you heard in the earlier song, and mod reverb, hall reverb. And then you have the various other controls, like the rate and decay, and depth and tone, and the effects level. This effect can be triggered by the foot switch right smack in the middle, right? And then on the right hand side, you have the input stage where you have the compressor, and here you can actually choose what sort of pickup are you using on your guitar. Ranges from piezo to magnetic to off. I don't know why it's off. Maybe are you using a mic, right? Probably using a mic and triggering this unit. I don't know. Then you have the boost level, in which case when you activate this boost switch, right, you would bring up like a couple of dBs higher, so you can actually set how much louder you want it to be. This is really good, useful for like if you're doing a solo, when you want to have your guitar volume jump up a little bit, right? And on this side, on the left hand side, at the bottom, you have the tuner. Not bad. The tuner is pretty cool. I like the tuner. And there's a little switch here, which says ANTI-FB, anti-feedback. I don't know what frequency they are going after, but it's always good to have this on just in case your guitar is feeding back, especially on a low frequency. So for the target guitar, depending on what emulation you choose, some of it could be bass heavy, so you have to watch out and not get it feedbacking on the low frequencies. And some of it is really nice. Some of it is it's nice, and it kind of changes the sound of your original guitar, which is the case for the GS Mini. So on the back panel, you have a stereo cell output, XLR, and a foot switch where you can actually trigger your NT feedback if you want to, and a option for post and pre, and the ground lift switch. And then you have the power, where you can choose between just on and economy, where I think the unit will shut down after a certain time, and off, and the power socket. And there is a K-lock somewhere here. I guess it's for, I don't know, for update. I don't know. On the right hand side, on the side of this unit, you have the input as well as a USB. So I guess this is where the you plug in your USB cable to your computer for update. I don't know what this K-lock is for. Anyway, it's guitar in here, and you have on the other side, on the left hand side, you have a set of stereo or 1/4 inch out, and you can choose the left output for mono out as well as a phones, so you can connect your headphones to that left output. So at the back of the unit, you have a battery compartment, and this unit requires 2 AA batteries, meaning that this unit doesn't require a whole lot of power to run it. Units like this will help the acoustic guitarists on stage to go after a sound that they have in their head. You may have a guitarist who can afford a Martin D28, who plays a cheap Ibanez guitar, or a cheap Harley Benton acoustic guitar, or let's say cheap, an affordable Harley Benton guitar, fitted with maybe a Fishman pickup, or an Anthem pickup, or Arabex pickup, and in his head, he's hearing a D28. So this will kind of help you to realize that dream of actually having your guitar sound like a D28, or whatever there is this unit can emulate. It gives you a choice of many guitars to emulate: the D20, the 0028, 0018, OM18, OM28, the D45. That's interesting. D18, D28, J45, the Hummingbird, Dove, the 55, F55, Super Jumbo, and whatnot. So it's pretty amazing, and you can choose to kind of like, hit it at the neutral so that your guitar will sound the way it's supposed to sound. Like it sounds like a Harley Benton, or it sounds like a Taylor, whatever it is. And you have a whole bunch of effects that you can play with. You have choruses, all the way from choruses to tremolo, to reverb, hall reverbs, delay, and there's a built-in delay built in, so you can kind of like get that ambience thing going just by your lonesome. And I think it's really good for stage performances. The EQ and everything is all there, so you can actually play around with it, kind of like shape your sound a little bit more. And the tuner is really good. I quite like the tuner. And there are 3 foot switches in front, so you can actually activate. On the right hand side, you can actually activate like a boost, so that you can do solos. In the middle of a passage, you want to do a piece of solo, or you want a certain passage to go louder, hit that foot switch. The middle foot switch is for the effects in the effects section. The tremolo that I was talking about. And the left one, the extreme left, will be for the tuner. All in all, a well thought out package. Even with XLR out, so this can function as a sort of a DI. I tried connecting the left and right out, the XLR out, but I find that there's no stereo effect. Like, I was expecting a stereo reverb or a stereo chorus, but apparently the effects only happen on one channel. It's pretty weird. So I decided to just connect it mono, and that's what I did. Okay, so what do I think about this unit? I think this unit is pretty useful. I believe Zoom had just came out another version, a newer version, but that is more, the spectrum is pretty wide in that, because it caters to a whole lot of instruments like violins and whatnot, not specifically for guitars. This is actually designed for guitars, for acoustic guitars. So I find it really unique. And this unit does not belong to me, it belongs to my friend Jeffrey, who was looking for this high and low. I found out that the unit is not available in Singapore anymore, so he had to order this from Taman. Pretty interesting. Well, there are a couple of other units around in the market, and one of them is pretty prominent. I'll put down the picture here in the brand. Yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. I'm getting old. Anyways, it's silver in color. It looks really nice, right? Okay, how does it sound? Units like this will always have a bit of a process sound, so you're not getting the clean acoustic signal that you will want. For me, it's not a sound that I would like on stage, because most of the time I'm playing in concerts. I know that my sound is going to be processed by the FOH engineer. This is good if I will use it in a small club setting where I have to be in charge of my own sound. Like, I'll probably have the monitor or the soundboard just near me, or you don't trust your FOH engineer at all, in which case you can probably go through this processor and give it to them, whatever you need, the reverb, chorus, whatever you want. But I always found that the acoustic guitar should be played and sound like an acoustic guitar, and that's the reason why I didn't get into this sort of units, or even plug into my Helix when I'm playing live, because I just want my acoustic guitar to remain organic, and the FOH engineer will do what he wants. He can add a bit of reverb, compress it, whatever he wants to do. I just trust him. If, like I say, you're playing a small stage, then this would be really helpful because of the many functions that it has. The foot switches where you can boost up your solo section if you want to, and it's good for like a small band setting, and you want to fill up the sound a little bit. The only drawback I see is that I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, the effects are not stereo. It would be great if you have a stereo reverb, to fill up the space, and that'll be great. So, even a small setting like a 3-piece band like me and the keyboardist and the singer, I can manage to fill up the space with the reverb, with the stereo reverb and the stereo choruses or whatnot. Apart from that, I think this unit is, like I said, a great thought out product, and it is useful in many scenarios, including church. If I'm going to lead worship just by me by my lonesome, and I don't want to have anybody controlling my guitar sound, I just want to have my reverb. I could do it. But like I said, units like this will make a guitar sound process. In many cases, there'll be a little bit of signal warping, if that's the word for it. You know, you can tell if you listen to it. It's not as organic as it will be when it's recorded dry. So that's one thing to. I guess this is a compromise. You know, well, obviously because you're putting a whole lot of stuff in there. Great unit. Okay, I think it's a great unit for guitarists who are performing in a small band situation, who wants, especially acoustic guitarists who want some options in the sound. Right, and it's light and it's not really heavy. It's easy to put inside your gig bag and just go, and you're done. Right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Another shout out to the Patreon page that I've set up, so that if you guys want to support me on my channel, you have the opportunity to do that, and the information is at the info section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again real soon. Take care. Ciao.